Hello and welcome to Weekly Disappointments Guide to AOTC Boost Runs. This is a strategy that will be used by all in-house AOTC runs. Written by the raid teams, produced by Crazy Puck. To begin, it's vitally important for all of your buyers to die in the first phase in order to have a clean kill. Improper placement of mechanics by buyers surviving can cause a raider to die or even the whole group to wipe. You should place a red marker right inside the entrance to the boss room, but make sure it's not too far forward so buyers don't accidentally pull the boss. Instruct all of your buyers to stand directly on this marker. By doing so, the buyers will die to one of two ways, either being targeted by a Night Stalker or getting hit by the first Ravage. If a buyer asks, no, they absolutely cannot stay alive. Now let's get into the fight. For phase 1, start on the left side of the door. Move around the room clockwise. Put markers on the tanks so it's clear to see where the DPS need to stand to get hit by the cleave. We suggest having all players in the odd groups soak cleansing pain numbers 1 and 2. The even groups will soak numbers 3 and 4, then the entire raid will soak cleansing pain number 5. Be prepared to hold DPS at roughly 75% health on the boss. You can adjust how you do soaks on later pools after evaluating your group's DPS. If you find you're holding DPS for an extended period waiting for that cleansing pain number 5, you have two options. First, you can potentially add another buyer. However, this does make phases 2 and 3 more challenging and dangerous. Option number 2 is to push out of phase 1 following the 4th cleansing pain. To do this, players in the odd groups should soak cleansing pain number 1, then the entire raid should soak cleansing pain numbers 2, 3, and 4. During phase 2, you'll want to take the impales to the left side of the platform facing the mirror. If your tank is comfortable with it, have them bring the boss through the mirror right before the first and third hands of destruction, so the raid only has to go through the mirror once each time. The tank who has the boss first in phase 2 will have to do this job. The raid leader should call out when the adds are dying, reminding the raid to watch their feet. If needed, call for a slow DPS on the ranged adds so they don't die right before the hand of destruction or during a massacre. Finally, keep an eye on Denathrius' health. Ideally, you'll want to try to push that 40% mark into phase 3 after the second massacre while you're killing off that second set of adds. Now, let's get into phase 3. This is the most important part of the fight and where most groups will run into some amount of trouble while boosting. At the start of the phase, you'll likely still have 2 adds up. These need to be cleaved down fairly quickly. The raid leader should call out when they die so the raid can watch their feet. Tanks should move the boss from one add to the other. After the adds die, leave Sire near wherever that last add did die, but back him up a little bit. The first set of fatal finesse circles should go towards the middle of the room, but far enough away that they won't be in the hand of destruction. Place them in a tight triangle as much as possible. Everyone needs to soak before the hand of destruction is cast, then get out as soon as possible to continue soaking. Classes with movement abilities to help get soaking faster need to use them here. Some examples are mages using either Alter Time or Ice Block, monks using Transcendence, and hunters disengaging back. Have your healers drop 2 or 3 raid cooldowns, things like Spirit Link Totem, Barrier, or Healing Tide Totem, and also have a warrior use Shout if they can, and a DK pop AMZ, anything that's available. This is the single most deadly part of the phase, so use personal defensives, just keep yourself alive. From here, the fight is the same as you already know it to be. After the first Ravage, you get 2 back-to-back fatal finesse circles and soaks. Place the first set of orbs farther away and the second set closer to melee. The tanks should drag the boss to the melee orbs to give the melee DPS a little bit higher uptime on the boss. After these soaks is a knockback, then a massacre, and then more soaks. Prioritize being safe for the soaks because you can always finish soaking the orbs after the massacre ends. Next up, there will be a knockback followed by Hand of Destruction. You'll want to use Aura Mastery and any other healing cooldowns you still have available here. The tanks should move the boss to the far corner following the Hand of Destruction. You'll then have a Fatal Finesse soak immediately after the Hand of Destruction ends, so place those orbs in the middle of the remaining open area. After soaking, there's going to be a knockback followed by a ravage, so use the knockback to yeet your character out of where the ravage hits. For the rest of the phase, have the tanks move the boss to the farthest corner available and place any soaks on the opposite end of the remaining platform. Most groups will have the boss just about dead here. Keep yourselves alive, soak as necessary, finish off the boss, and get yourself some juicy cuts. And, well, that's it. Thanks all for watching. Any of our raid staff is available for any questions you have. Best of luck to your group.